They're very sexual, or that's what their whole very life existence is. You eat, you shit, and you have sex and reproduce. So today we are at the Vrije Universiteit in Amsterdam. I'm Jonathan Ho, and I'm an artist and designer, currently based in Amsterdam, the Netherlands, and I work mostly in the sex and fetish industry.
I'm Joris Koene. I'm a researcher at the Vrije Universiteit in Amsterdam, and I do a lot of research on snails, especially because they're hermaphroditic.
We will be working to finish up some stuff for our exhibition, Sex Shells. They're very sensual. If you look at just the bare form of what they could be a clit, but also a penis, also a vagina, also an orifice, with this kind of hard, shiny exterior. And then they're also slimy. There's this power play that they do when they have sex.
As humans, we always tend to think very much in males and females. In this project, we really also try to use them as a vessel for explaining that sexuality can take all kinds of forms. The mating of these snails, what they do is they have to initially choose one of the two sexual roles, so they cannot mate simultaneously as male and female. So within each mating interaction, they have to decide if they want to be the sperm donor or if they want to be the sperm recipient. And then the male acting individual climbs on the shell of the other individual and then eventually, after about half an hour to an hour, inseminates. And after this process, if they want to, they can swap the roles. So the inseminated individual can become the sperm donor.
We decided to impose the artificial nature of human sexuality onto the snails. This project was really looking into the bare biology of sexuality. All these values, especially with this whole idea of gender expression. What happens when you put that on beings or organisms that are naturally hermaphroditic?
And so they've been dressed up as how do you call them?
We call them butch dykes, you know, the caricature of what a butch dyke is. Little flannel shirts with suspenders and puffed up collars. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of tidy and polish up a little bit of the shells of some of the snails that will be featured at the show this Friday at the opening. So they've been in the water for about a month and they're looking a little bit like the end of a party. In terms of decoration, this is kind of a fraction of what we had. It was a lot of $2 shopping, diamantes, you know, glitter, little fabric attachments, chains, googly eyes, denim, ruffles, and a lot of nail polish also. Our whole idea was to kind of really replicate this artificial, superfluous nature of gender expression, the way we dress ourselves as humans, onto snails.
So for some of the snails, we used a little experimental trick to make them only act in the female role. It's a very small procedure. You have to anesthetize the snail, and then there's just under the skin there, underneath the shell, there's a little area where you can sever this nerve, and then they don't have any information about their male function anymore, so they become female.
If you want snails to have sex or to get it on, you need to cram them all together. And then what you get is kind of this space full of horny energy where they're just looking for a potential mate. So then there's more chance of sexual encounter. It's like going to a nightclub. The idea, hopefully, that you will experience or feel is that you'll be in an immersive installation, as we called it, sort of a temple/laboratory, celebrating and questioning gender fluidity through the lens of the snail. I've tried to recreate 6 different human sexualities within the snails. And then they will not be pictures, but they will be printed out as carpets that the audience can walk on. So the idea is that you enter the space, you will have these series of carpets where we photographed and documented these experiments. And then you have a series of video projections. We even got dancers along as well to watch the footage of the snails that we recorded to try and replicate their movements, and video footage of the snails. And there'll be a snail tank with all of these lovely snails, which the audience will get to see and interact with. When we proposed this project to the jury, I said that the audience had to leave feeling a bit funny or strange. And that's hopefully what we get. A little bit of a weird, tingly feeling in the audiences. So let's hope that happens.